Listen here, I do appreciate your hustle, but you're gonna have to try harder than that, man.
What? I wasn't saying you. Yo, my people, it's your boy EB, and we are back for another episode of the Kid Show. Obviously, today, guys, we got a special guest. Very special, I would say, in terms of like Cape Town culture and what she's done for the scene in Cape Town. One of the OGs, one of the goats. Would you regard yourself as the goat? In Cape Town influencing and content creation.
You know what? No, a part of my brand is being humble. So we'll let the people decide.
But this is the Kid Show. You know what the Kid Show means? Did you think it's like because I'm young?
No, I didn't think that far, to be honest.
The Kid Show basically means a baby goat.
Oh, is it really?
A kid is a baby goat.
I know it's a baby goat, but okay,
EB
cute.
the kid.
Okay, oh.
Do you know?
Okay, I'm clutching. Okay, cool.
But yeah,
I get
Nadia,
it.
Jaftha, how are you though?
I'm good. I'm just a bit, it's storming outside, so I'm just trying to calculate how I'm going to get to my car.
After this, no?
Because I'm never going to ever let this go. Because I feel like this is also my karma. I'm not going to lie.
But guys, no? I asked Nadia like 15 times to be on my channel as a whole. Not 15 times, but like 4 or 5 times though.
No, you can't count like seeing me in passing and then saying, oh yeah, Nadia, looking what's on my show, no? It doesn't count.
But I DM'd you, and then you responded, and you didn't
DM'd
respond
me
afterwards. No, you don't remember that.
When?
You see when you have PAs answering your DMs for you, and you're too big.
No, that's not the case. I don't even have an answer for that.
But regardless though, I appreciate you coming out on Eid when it's raining and coming to be on the podcast. I'm sure the people appreciate it as well.
No, I always, you know what? No, I always thought nothing today. There's nothing that's going to stop me from doing this podcast today. No rain, no storm, no obstacle.
Crazy. Even COVID couldn't have
Even
stopped
did
you.
my hair. But
Wow. Just for the podcast? Or for Xavier?
For Xavier.
For Xavier, no?
Yeah, for Xavier.
Nadia, you have the future oft. I'll never forget that line.
The Hoofd.
Future, is a surname not Hoft?
No, he says Haupt. I don't know. I heard Hoofd, Haupt, whatever, but he says Haupt.
Wow. Anyway, let's get into the nitty gritty.
Let's get into it.
Straight into it. You are now a 15-year-old girl on high school. Where's your head at? How's school for you? And how's your upbringing?
You're 15. What grade is that?
9.
Grade 9, Grade 9 was actually super interesting for me because I went to 2 different primary schools and then 3 different primary schools and then 1 high school. And then I was starting grade 8 and 9 and then I was kind of friends with, the naughty crowd.
Yeah.
And then I was getting kicked out a lot. I was like not doing my homework. I wasn't really focusing on my school. I was focusing on the boys, whatever. And then grade 9, my mom, our parents used to get our results before we got them.
Yeah.
So they used to get phone calls like if anyone failed or anything. So I come home one day and my mom said, Nadia, I got a phone call. Oh, he knocked his head freak hard there now.
Knocked his head off.
Yo, shame.
Shout out Bobby though. Bobby just knocked his head on set, guys.
So she said, Nadia, I got a phone call and they said that you didn't pass the year. And she made me believe that I failed grade 9 like for a good 2 weeks.
Were you crying?
Yes, I was crying. What do you think?
Grade 9? But a lot of people fail grade 9 though.
But that taught me a huge lesson. And the next year, I focused on my studies and then I went to UCT afterwards and on and on.
But were you popular in school?
Look, in primary school, before I moved, I was happy. Then I moved to Cape Town. Wasn't very happy in the first primary school I went to. And then I got moved to another one. Externally, I projected a lot, like of being like the class clown and being like the loudest, but internally I was just wanting everyone to love me and like me. But growing up, I was always described as like a naturally introverted kid, like not very loud. And then in high school, I kind of started to make that shift because I realized that when people perceive you as to be funny, then you're automatically likable.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. Like if I can just keep this up, then, people will like me, whatever. There were bullies. I mean,
everyone has bullies.
There's always bullies. So, but that was a very real experience for me as well. So, you know, that sticks with you. It might not be like as traumatic as other stories, but it has that input. Yo, bruh.
Bro just keeps knocking his head.
I'm a very active person. I'm sorry, I can't not ask if you're okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had weird bullies though, like psychological bullies.
Like how though? What did they do?
Like the one girl I remember in the first primary school that I went to when I moved here, she made me believe that her aunts were like into voodoo and stuff.
Yeah.
And she said like if I wasn't, so she had just come, she was new at the school, but she came like after me. So she was new, but like I was not as new as her, but we were both still kind of new. So then she said that if I was like I didn't sit with that break, then I would die.
If you did, like she was looking
No,
for
like
friends.
she made me believe that I would legit die, like if I didn't sit with that break, and her aunts would do like voodoo on me and stuff.
And you were scared.
Like that was so traumatic for me, like as a child, to think that, and like I didn't like tell my mom. I eventually told my mom. Then she popped off, and then I went to another school, but I think I was just always an easy target, man, because like I said, I grew up and I was quite like, naturally quite a shy kid.
And you
but
wanted people to like you as
I
well.
wanted people to like me, but I was shy, but I would also always force myself to do stuff to get out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
And I still do that now. It's like a habit. Like as soon as I start to feel myself be comfortable, then I force myself to do something super uncomfortable just so that I can keep, moving up.
Yeah. On the topic of bullies, nah, I see like a lot of people were like bullied on school, and like there's tons of people that come out with their bullying stories.
Yeah.
And like I see it a lot now with social media. Like for instance, there's been people that have become popular, then everyone calls them like, "Yo, you were bullied in school." Like what's your views on that? Do you feel like people can be judged on who they were when they were like 15, 16, or not entirely?
No, you know what, nah? I feel like also I just feel like it's a case by case, because I know people that were like assholes on school.
Yeah.
And I meet them today and it's like, yo, like who's this person? It's a change. I think it's like an individual journey, like, and if their truth is their truth to them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like I can say, okay, cool, like people are capable of change, but also people aren't capable of change as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that it is possible that people would have changed if they were bullies in high school, but I also think that it's not possible. I also think that if people are assholes, and they'll always be assholes, but I also think that if they want to change, then they can change. You know what I mean?
So we basically forgive those who change, but those who choose to stay the same.
Yeah, but I think that people need to forgive themselves, because if you're looking for other people to forgive you and you don't forgive yourself, then you're not really. You must want to change for yourself.
Yeah.
And then if
before
people's
anyone
forgiveness comes afterwards, then cool, quite like it's an added bonus.
else. Okay, perfect. So from that time now in high school, like what was your goals in life? Like you know, a lot of kids are like, oh, when I grow up, I want to be a doctor. When I grow up, I want to be this, I want to be that. What was your aspirations at the time?
I think I liked the feeling of the applause when I would do something that I felt like challenged me.
Yeah.
So like anything. So I would like to, I was in all the plays in school because I like that feeling of working on something and then it all coming together for like that moment, and then you move on to the next thing, So that's always like, that feeling is always what I've craved in life. So if you had asked me in high school what I wanted to be, I would have said, I want to be like the most famous actress in Hollywood, and I want to, I want to be in all the movies. But if you had to ask me now, my answer would be simple. Like, I just want to be able to create generational wealth, a positive impact, and for that to live on when I'm gone.
Okay, perfect. Then from there, you then transcend into university. And at university, what did you choose to study?
I studied film, and then I applied to do my scholarship in directing and acting at the New York Film Academy, and then I got accepted for acting. And then I went to do like a introductory course.
Yeah.
And then my first class, I called my mom afterwards. I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm coming home. And I didn't even stay the whole time. And then
Why? Because it wasn't for you?
I felt like I wasn't good enough, like imposter syndrome. And yeah, came back home and I decided to take a gap year to make money so that I can maybe go back the next year and finish it.
Yeah.
And
So you mentioned to me like at Penny's birthday that social media only came like when you're about 23, 24 or 22.
Social media, I think, so there was blogging, like people were blogging like
Yeah.
on websites and stuff. You take pictures and then do article write-ups. Like I was doing that before like
the videos and
social
everything,
media
yeah.
and the videos and everything. And then I went on to YouTube because I think YouTube also was like around the same time, but it wasn't really a thing here.
Yeah.
So then I started YouTube. I started like with comedy skits. That wasn't really working out for me. And then I just posted a random video pranking my mom on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then everything just came from there. Like I just started to guide myself and see where I needed to put more attention to, because I immediately thought, okay, cool. If I'm getting this kind of viewership, then maybe, you know, something can happen. Because at that point I had no clue what I was doing,
And no direction.
where I wanted to go. Yeah.
So did you ever see yourself like coming this far in terms of your career? Or at that time were you just trying to be this famous actor and not really trying to be the social media personality?
Well, I didn't know because influences, all of those, that wasn't an idea or, you know, a concept yet. So in my head, I was always working towards being on like the big screen or contributing to that kind of production in some kind of way, whether it's like, you know, directing or producing, but I just wanted to be involved in that space.
Yeah.
And it was just what I was good at. I was good at creating content. Like even I still have footage from like a cassette that I had when I was in grade 7 with a with a recorder. Like I still have that because I always just genuinely loved making videos and making content.
I see. So obviously you said you like the applause and people like obviously appreciating what you do and people appreciating something that you put work into. So how did it feel when you got that first like viral video? Like were you running around the house? Were you thinking to myself, yo, people actually like this, people actually like me?
It's a surreal feeling, but it's also like dangerous, man, because like when you get like addicted to that feeling, which is very easy to get addicted to, you'll start to do stuff that kind of goes against your moral, compass just because you want views. So like I always try to like keep myself aligned in that way.
It's like you go away from yourself a bit and then you have to bring yourself
and then
back.
you have to bring yourself back. Yeah.
Because like for me, I also encountered that when I was like blowing up and like, yo, I'm doing stuff that is me. And then I sort of drifted away from myself a bit. Like I'm not a person that swears. And then I would like be swearing in some videos and I'm like, yo, you need to like bring yourself back and sort of like understand who you are and why you got into this and not just like ride the cloud
Yeah,
wave.
exactly. Because if you're going to just do it like for numbers, you're going to get the numbers, but then there's going to be no substance. And when you want to do something that you're actually passionate about, or you have a project that you're working on that you want to share with your supporters, then they don't back you because it's like, nah, you're not doing what, you know, we usually want you to do.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I would rather have like a community of people that support me as a person as opposed to them like dictating what I can do with my life.
So from now, your first viral video, you moved to, so Facebook was there before Instagram, of course.
Yeah.
So, but were you on the platform simultaneously or did you first do Facebook and then
I
move to Instagram?
first did Facebook. I think everybody first did Facebook in my generation. Oh my word, in my generation, imagine. Facebook and then YouTube. And then in between it was Dub Smash, Musically, and
I don't know
TikTok.
about Dub.
Fine. So all of that, yeah.
So how did it feel to reach your first 1,000 followers on Instagram? Was 1,000 followers like big back then?
Yeah. I mean, to have like 5,000, 1,000 followers was a big deal. You know, I remember thinking like, I went back the other day to like my first few posts, and now I think, oh man, I must have gotten like 10,000 likes on that, and I go back, the post is like 800 likes. I was like,
and you all thought you were famous at the time, probably. Yeah.
No, I wasn't used to the attention, so it was just weird. It was interesting trying to kind of like not get lost in it, but I feel like it's easy to not get lost when you always try and stick to your values at least.
Who was like popular at the time though when you were coming up? Like
when I was coming up, it was Aisha Baker, it was Akila Aaron, it was
I don't know these people.
Yeah, but internationally I would say like Logan Paul was just
starting out.
He was like quite active on YouTube.
You recently done some work with Prime and
Yeah, the agency.
Yeah, the
did some
agency,
work.
yeah, but we'll
They
get to that
work with-
eventually. But that's like everything comes full circle.
Yeah, that's what you want to create. Like, is it just an ecosystem?
Yeah.
You know, a ecosystem with people that you can trust, which is Ace Labs. So it's literally just an ecosystem, and I like to build on that and grow and just move that with people that you trust.
So at that point, you are now obviously you mentioned Aisha Baker and all those people at that time. Music May was probably around.
Yes,
at that time as
Yusrik
well.
Maya was also, and Majestic May.
At the time as well.
Yeah, I think so. But she was. I remember her just being like Yusrik's younger sister, and
Yeah.
then as time went on, then she kind of like really came into
Be
herself
herself, yeah.
and in her brand, and you know, she was a beautiful family, and yeah, she has a very, very strong community behind her.
Yeah, definitely. I saw
And Yusrik.
from the views from last
Yeah,
week, like
yeah, yeah.
everyone was trying to watch that.
Yeah.
So at that time now, you are Nadia Jaftha, just some girl that went to university, and then you're stepping out into the public light, and now all these people are like asking you for photos. Like, how long did it take from your first video going viral to reaching a point where everyone's taking photos with you and everyone now knows you? And how was the feeling for
It
you?
was very quick, eh?
Very quick.
It was very quick for me. It felt like it was very quick. Like if I think back now, but it's also been a while. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I think for me, when I started to clutch, like, okay, yo, this is weird, and
Yeah.
it's a odd feeling. It's a very, very odd feeling. Is when I would go to the mall and try and make my videos, but then someone would recognize me, or you know, then I started to go back into my
And then, yeah,
my shelling, and I'm
yeah.
like, gosh, man, it's like kind of like that fear, you know. I know you must have done it. You know, Influencers in the Wild.
Influencers in the wild. What's
That
that?
Instagram page, man, it's called Influencers in the Wild, where they film like influencers taking content, but like from afar, but it makes them, you know, look.
Nah, is it new or is it like
It's
your
a-
generation?
It's okay, Xavier.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Anyway, the Influencers in the Wild, like they film influencers
Yeah.
from afar, but they make cut of them. And I just, whenever I'm taking a video in public, I like look around, I see videos.
Oh, it's like basically being caught, like being
Yeah,
spotted.
yes,
Spotted in
exactly.
public, basically,
Yeah,
recording content.
Yeah, but not like well-known influencers, like anybody. They just called influencers in the wild.
Wow, I never heard about that. But
Yeah.
you're educating
Shame.
me today. Obviously, the older.
Yeah.
That's enough old jokes. But now at the time, yeah, it was probably like not cool to be this person on your phone.
What do you mean?
Like in your, I don't want to say in your generation, but at
In
the
my
time
circles.
when you guys started, was there not people saying like, what are you doing? Like,
Yes,
why are
always.
you posting these videos here?
Yeah, always. But I think luckily for me, I had to kind of depend on my personality, because I didn't grow up like I don't feel like I grew up like conventionally, what was conventionally perceived to be like attractive at the time.
Yeah.
If I look back on pictures, I'm like, oh my word, you're actually quite cute. But at the time, like obviously, you know, I wasn't the most confident person. So I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying?
People not being happy about you making videos.
Oh yeah, there's always people that are unhappy, but luckily I depended on my personality from a young age. So I kind of didn't care what people thought about me, because I kind of just made fun of myself first.
Yeah.
So that I wouldn't have to, you know,
Yeah,
deal with
yeah.
other people potentially making fun of me. So I was like, let me just make fun of myself so that no one can say anything. And then that kind of worked out for me.
That's actually important though, because if I say now I have a big head, and I say I have a big head every single day, no one can come tell you like, yo, you have a big head, because you already said
Yeah,
it. And you
yeah.
have to take the power out of their hands.
Exactly.
I think that's important.
Exactly.
And did you ever get irritated at the time when you started going out and you can't like do your shopping and people's taking photos with you?
I mean, I'm only human. Obviously, sometimes like when I'm not in the best mood, or if I'm fighting with Xavier and we both like
No, I mean like
in a
back,
public place.
back then. I'm not talking
Back
about right
then?
now. Yeah,
Oh, back
In
then.
the beginning when it started,
No.
still new and fresh.
No.
You were relishing it at the time.
I wasn't really. I was more of like I genuinely liked meeting people
Yeah.
that enjoyed my content. Because I just felt that like the love, man. So
Yeah.
I liked that feeling. I always love meeting people when I'm in the right space. But now I just find like I won't go out in public really if I'm not in the right headspace.
Yeah. because obviously people might perceive it to you being arrogant or not being humble.
Yeah, exactly. Or sometimes if I'll already be out and something will happen that will affect my mood, I will 9 times out of 10 try and leave and go home.
Because obviously, people
Yeah.
people take one experience of you and make it your entire personality.
Exactly.
Now, then, when you were now getting this popularity, was there ever a time when you thought, I need to keep doing this, I don't want to become irrelevant? Was there ever any fears of you becoming irrelevant?
Yeah. I think also that has to do with, before I went on my healing journey, before that, there's lots of cracks and there's lots of fears and there's lots of doubts and there's lots of ego that gets in the way. But I think for me is that I never wanted to use that like in a negative way. Like, so even I might have felt that way, but I never wanted to, I would never like block people's blessings. Like I'd always still recommend people for jobs, or I would try and, do what I could to still try and uplift, because it's not the fear of like becoming irrelevant. I think it's just the fear that everybody has, and it's just being a failure.
Yeah.
And this industry, this is what we do. If we have a fear of being irrelevant, I think it's the same as like having the fear of, like any other business you would have. Like that just comes with our business and the work that we do. You know what I mean? Like now it's not a fear because I have something else as well.
Yeah,
Whereas
so
before, like if this is all that you have, there's always that fear that something will happen. Because if you're not in control, like if anything had to happen that where I can't be on social media anymore, post on social media, then you
sort of lose can lose a part of your business and lose
exactly
the way in which you make money
it's
and
your
secure
income,
your future as well.
And back then obviously people weren't used to, or they didn't really perceive influencers or people that did work online like as a real job. But I think now it's starting to become more apparent, the more like corporates start to use these mediums.
But at the same time, there's a lot of like companies that are very, very traditional.
Yeah, but
and they don't want to get away from it.
But that has to change.
Yeah,
but that's where my agency comes in.
I actually spoke to I was speaking to one of these guys where your agency done a bit of work, like they done a trial video for them, and they were just like, the work was brilliant, but it's difficult for the people within the store to.
God, I don't know what you're talking about.
You weren't there, but apparently two people of your Ace Labs, the company, were there, and they done this video for a company. And the company was quite happy with the employees were quite happy. But it's difficult for the employees now to convince the overheads. Like, can we invest in this?
There's always that kind of, with anything. I think even like you, let's say if you wanted a reality show for yourself.
Yeah.
Like you were going to have to film a pilot and then try and sell that to whoever, make them see your vision. And sometimes the timing just isn't right. I don't know, like if it's not meant to happen, it's not meant to happen.
So you mentioned how your mom was a very like important part in your blowing up. In the beginning.
No, she like even now, like people love my mother more than they love me.
Yeah.
They say that quite openly. Like, I love your mother more than I love. So I'm like, okay, cool. Me too.
So like, how did you convince your mom to just keep it going? Because obviously at this time, social media is new to everyone.
Yeah.
And your mom obviously lived a longer life at that time, so she was probably stuck in her old and traditional ways at the time.
My mother was never traditional.
Never traditional, always.
Not like, she was always open. Like she's always been open-minded, and I've always had like that relationship with her where we can talk about anything, and we're more like best friends. But she will be my mother when she needs to be my mother. So that's never been.
So how did it get? Did she just go with it when you convinced her to do these pranks and?
I see what you're trying to do.
What? I'm just trying. I'm not
Listen
saying.
here.
No, I'm not.
Can
saying,
I say
I'm not
something?
saying
No,
you
look
fake
here.
the
I
pranks.
can
I'm
appreciate. Listen here. I do appreciate your hustle, but you're gonna have to try harder than that, man.
What? I wasn't saying your pranks are fake. You see,
listen.
I'm just trying to understand. Like, my mom, for instance, my African mom. If I'm gonna ask her, let's film a video today, she's not having it.
But the thing is, okay, so I hear what you're saying. So a lot of people do think that the pranks are fake.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool. They can think that it's fake. But the ones where it's reactive, that she's unaware of, those aren't fake. The ones where there's different like tiers. So I did like a tier system with my content, right? So the prank videos where it's like reactive, where she doesn't know about, those are real.
Yeah. So
I
you did
think anyone watching the video can see like reactions are real.
Yeah.
Right. And then the second one, when it's like, so when I did like, what was it? The Not So Normal show. When I did the Not So Normal show, then those were challenges.
Yeah.
But I also know what to say to get certain reactions out of her, if that makes sense. Just like I know what to say to get certain reactions out of my grandfather. Like I know because of the relationship
Yeah,
that
of
we
course.
have. So when you make, so like if I'm gonna see my cousin today that's naturally like an angry person or whatever, and people love him, they get good content out of them, like no one's getting hurt, like cool, like use it as opportunity to make content. You know
of
what
course,
I mean?
yeah.
But to answer your question, I make it very clear when things are scripted,
I didn't ask that
and I make it very clear when things are campaigns.
Yeah.
Like when I do like campaign work, like you'll see some things are
Scripted, of course,
scripted,
yeah.
but that's for the campaign.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I would hope that people would use their
Common sense, yeah.
common sense, because a lot of pranks are faked. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I like to think that I can withhold a sense of
Yeah, like I feel like at the end of the day, you need to use your own discretion and know what's of course, because there's a lot of YouTubers like that do pranks, and there's some YouTubers that
But
do
that's
pranks
also
where
why I
they
kind of moved away from that, because like I also didn't want to spend the rest of my life like pranking my mother. Like there's only so much that I can do, and I would have eventually had to fake it. You know what I mean? Because genuinely, like there's only so much that I can do. And people are like, oh, where's the prank today? I'm like, I can't prank her every day.
Yeah.
Like I'll prank her like maybe once a month, or do batch content and then post it so that I have consistent content to post, or repurpose it, or do like a video where I'm teaching her how to do a TikTok, whatever, and then I know, like, you know what I mean, you know what to say or do to
so
get
you're not.
certain reactions.
Well, you also don't want to feed them too much of your mom, because then they sort of like get bored of it. But it doesn't seem like they get bored of it at all.
Nah,
though.
they don't get bored of my mom at all.
They love you more.
Yeah,
I saw
they
this-
really do. And my grandfather even more. But also with my grandfather, they need to realize he's like 80, in his 80s. So, well, I think, yeah, he's 80 now. So it's like also with him, I can't, I rarely see him. So when I do see him, it's like, okay, I'm not going to now have you think that I only want to see you when I make videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. So moving away from your family now, we see you are now also, apart from the content creating and the modeling and all of that, you also make music here and there.
I make music when I feel like it.
But have you always been a singer? Have you always wanted to be a singer?
Growing up, I was that one where my mother was like, no, just sing there, sing for the people. So I'd make everyone close their eyes at the dinner table and I would sing. It was always Britney Spears or Mariah Carey. So that would always just be my thing. And then also in primary school and high school, I would sing.
Yeah.
In the talent shows, and then like in the plays, I would sing. And then when I left high school, I went to study film because I didn't want to do Broadway, where I was like, okay, how can I still like sing where, like I don't really want to be a theater kind of, that
Singer,
kind of
yeah.
thing. So I keep forgetting what I was gonna say.
How you got into singing?
Oh yeah.
Broadway.
So I
older
Broadway.
generation. Huh?
Not Broadway. So then I went into film, and then I'd always do the singing on the side. Like I always enjoyed singing, but I was always just super shy.
Yeah.
So like with the filming, at least I could do it, and then I could put it out, and then I wouldn't have to sit with people when they watch it and stuff. With the singing, it's like you're doing it live. You're seeing people's faces. You can't control their reactions and stuff. So like even in primary school, I remember in my grade 7 camp, I remember telling everybody to close their eyes.
And then you sang for
and
them.
then I sang. Yeah. So I was just very, very shy. I didn't like people like staring at me. And that's like even now, like with like MC gigs and all of that kind of stuff, I get super, super nervous because just the idea of like people watching me in real time makes me nervous.
Oh, interesting. So you had a song with Youngster and Amin. Can we see any more music from you coming the rest of your career?
Yeah.
Maybe an album?
No, I don't. You know what? I don't know. I can't say no because I never know. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. But yeah, there's more music coming. Yeah.
Yeah. You and Xavier?
Why not?
You and Xavier album?
Maybe.
That'll be nice, no?
It would
I
be
feel like
nice.
the people will enjoy that one.
They would. I'm sure they would.
Yeah, there's a lot of upcoming creators now, no? Is there anyone that's your favorite? Anyone that you really like captivates? Like, what does Nadia have to watch in the free time?
I like to watch, you know that guy on TikTok? What's his name?
Local.
He's local, yeah. He's like, "Hoya mense."
Intiso.
I like him.
Intiso Kipi.
I like Amy. Sorry, I have a gum like in my mouth and I'm like,
Amy.
I've been keeping it in my cheek. I don't know where to put it.
Joanna, you can
I
go?
don't.
We can take a break.
Must I just keep? I'm not gonna throw it. No, was I really? Was I really? Okay. I like him. I like Amy. I like
Amy
like
who?
Amy. I'm not sure of her surname. I'm not good with names.
What type of content does she do?
She makes like she does she'll do like try on hauls, and she's a teacher, and she does like food content.
No, I'm not entirely sure. I don't watch a lot of content.
Anyone
else?
There's a lot that I'm enjoying, like from Cape Town specifically, because I feel like I feel more connected.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like it just makes me feel like, okay, like this is home. Who else? I always say like I like Kayla Kim K's content. I like how transparent she is with her community. I like obviously Nivan, Majestic. I'm so much scared now if I don't
Mention
anybody, and I'm gonna get messages like, why didn't you mention me? I love everybody, okay? And put on the spot, I'm trying to think now.
Yeah, I totally understand. Not Evie the kid. But
Maybe the kid, obviously, but now you're saying that it wasn't your account, so now I must say that guy.
yeah, because Nadia actually saw one of this. I wouldn't say a fan account, but just someone refurbishing my content.
But if they're trying to impersonate you, then
He said he puts in his caption an off-licensed.
okay.
the
Then
kid
if he says that, then that's fine.
Yeah, and he basically makes my clips, and that's all the clips that she's been seeing, but she hasn't been seeing my actual
I haven't been seeing your actual clips. Do I
So,
follow you on TikTok?
yeah, you do, I think.
But I don't ever see your content.
Yeah, I need to go harder then.
I don't see your content.
How much people do you follow on TikTok? A lot.
I follow quite a few. Like I don't really care about how many people I'm following.
Yeah.
I don't really worry about that. You know, people that care, they must follow like 15 people.
Like the people
Man.
I follow 10 people.
That's
And I'm like,
I'm like, what? Come
Yeah.
on.
Just delete your Instagram, bro. We're gonna move into a very new part of your life now. New and very limited, Xavier.
Yes.
So that yes is very seductive, no? It's like you miss him already. We want to know, like, how did you guys meet? He told me this is the story he told me. He told me the story. You guys were driving. He was driving,
So you want me to tell you how we met, and he already told you how we met.
No, but the people don't know.
But they do.
Do they know? But
They
my
don't.
I feel like my channel of people.
Okay.
They might not know.
Okay. Fair. Did you already post Xavier's one where you said how we met?
I posted it, but I didn't ask him on my podcast about that.
Okay, so how we met.
Yeah.
Okay, so technically we met 3 years prior to when we actually met.
Yeah.
But I was like I was doing social media and stuff, so my YouTube era, and he was at the airport on those buses, and he
Yeah.
was sitting on the bus, and I sat next to him, and asked him like what he's doing, like how old he is, blah blah blah. And then fast forward 3 years later, I see him on Love Island, but I didn't
Register.
clutch that I met him 3 years before. I was just like, okay, cool. Like, you know, I watched maybe 2 episodes, but he had already been in it, and then I didn't watch it. And then I saw, and then I was driving in Greenpoint, and then I parked and I drove across.
Yeah.
I ran across the road, and he shouted my name. And then I turned around, and then he was like waving from his car, like someone that I knew.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I know you? Like, did we meet before? Like, he's like, I'm Xavier. I'm like, hi, I'm not.
Yeah.
He's like shouted like
Yeah.
that. And then he drove off, and then I'm like, okay, no. And then I get into my car and I drive like behind him, and I'm like hooting the whole time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, that was fun. Like, I wonder if, you know, I'll speak to him again. And then obviously did my research to see if he's still in a relationship. And so like nothing was posted. I'm like, okay, maybe he's single. I don't know.
Divorced, yeah.
And then I messaged him and I was like,
Oh, so you slid in the DMs?
I did. I messaged him first.
What did you say?
I said, so it is you.
That's terrible, Riz. You know what Riz is?
What?
You know what Riz?
It is. What's that?
You don't know what Riz is?
No.
It's like game.
Game.
Yeah. So if you have like
I don't know. I have terrible game. I'll just like say it. So anyway, I'm just like a upfront person and I'm like, so it was you? And he's like, yes. I can't remember the proper conversation. I think I actually deleted our chat. But and then I'm like, how spontaneous are you? He's like, I'm quite spontaneous. I'm like, okay. Do you want to watch a movie? He's like, yeah. And then we went to go watch a movie. We went to go watch Batman. And
how many days after
the
meeting?
First day. After the same day.
Wow.
Like the same day. Because he didn't message me, and then like 3-4 hours after we met, I'm like, okay, this guy's not gonna message me. Maybe maybe he knows who I am and he knows doing that thing where he doesn't want to message me. I don't know. So I'm like, okay, let me just message him and like put that aside so that we don't have to, have this thing. And then he replied like almost immediately. And then we met that same evening. And then I think we actually saw each other like every day since after we met the first time. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. That's like skip the talking stage. We're dating.
We just spoke. Like that's the thing. Like in the movie, we just spoke, and I don't give up the goods that easily.
I mean, of course, yeah. I'm not saying. Did you guys kiss at the movie? You guys didn't kiss at the movie.
No,
we just spoke.
We just spoke.
How many days? For a long time.
We spoke, and I think we met again. Like we met at Caprice, I think the next day, and then he came with his friend, and then I was with my sister, and then we spoke again, I think that evening, and I think the third time we kissed. The third time we met.
Nice. Third time lucky, Xavier. No?
Yeah. And then, yeah.
Wow. That's cute. That's interesting. And from there, your relationship just went boom.
Well, to be fair, we wanted to keep it private because obviously I was, of the whole situation, him and whatever. I was aware of that, so I also wanted to be mindful of that. So, but the thing is, every time we would go out in public or whatever, I think there was something that I made where you could see like a reflection of his tattoo or something, and then that's Xavier, and then the more and more people like caught on that I'm dating someone and that saw us in public and like posted videos and stuff on TikTok, then I was like, okay, let's just own this narrative now, because now people are saying that you cheating, people are saying that I'm like whatever, so it's gonna be a thing, so let's just talk about it.
Did you, apart from that backlash of people assuming that he might be cheating, did you ever get any backlash for him being a lot younger than you?
I don't think it's something you can get backlash for.
No,
it's like someone getting upset if I decide to date someone with ginger hair. I don't know. It's not something. How can people get upset to me for dating someone younger?
But I feel like with these social media, like these trolls, it's like they are in your life.
They are.
But
it's just an opinion. Like I treat trolls like if you were growing up, whatever, you always had that one sibling that was gonna try and tell you what to do, but like you weren't gonna do it. Like you're just being annoying. Like I'll deal with you because you're there, but like I'm not gonna listen to you. You know what I mean? I try and just see things differently so that I can cope with it.
But would you have wished to have your relationship private? Like obviously, your relationship is private.
I've had a private relationship before, but I feel like I don't know. With private relationship, with my previous private relationship, I kind of eventually maybe came out that maybe it was wanting to be private for certain reasons.
Yeah.
But if I had to answer,
speak very vaguely, no? You speak very vaguely.
I'm well trained, media trained.
We're not getting nothing, boys.
Let me think. So yeah. No, I don't think so, to be honest. I don't think I would want a private relationship because I've been in one and I prefer a public relationship as opposed to a private one, because with a private one, a lot can slide through the cracks. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I think with what I do, I think if I wasn't in the public eye, then it would be a different story. or if you weren't both in the public eye. If he was like has a super private life and you didn't like to be on, on the scene or whatever, then I'll be like, okay, cool. Like, we can have a private relationship. But if both of us in the same industry, we both out there, it's like, why?
Because I feel like a lot of girls like the boyfriends to post him. That's very much
Obviously. Why? You must post us. You must. It's just a reminder. It's just a gentle reminder when you post. I just like, listen here. Like, this is so, don't try your cock here.
But do people try though?
Yes.
Both of you.
Listen here, when Xavier goes to the club and I'm not there.
Yeah.
Sure.
The woman try.
He comes back with all the stories. And I'm like, okay, cool. Lekker. Sometimes I just wish that when he goes to the club, I can just like sneak in and just stand in the corner, man. And just when they come, then just go to him and be like, hey babe, how you just see. No, I don't know what they think must happen if they come up to him in the club and I'm not there. Like, do they expect him to say, oh my word, like, I'm leaving now, like, no. Come on, man. Come on.
That's interesting. And for yourself though, don't people approach you in clubs like trying their luck?
No.
No one?
You would know.
Why?
I don't know. But it doesn't happen for me. Guys don't approach me like that.
No, not. And even when you're single, guys didn't approach you much. Like they were too intimidated.
Not really. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
When you were growing up, we all had this ideal age like, yo, when I'm 21, I'm married, I'm gonna have kids, I'm gonna do that. So growing up, what was your ideal age when you were younger? Like, what did you think you were gonna be married at this age and that age?
I thought I would be married with like at least 3 kids and 3 houses by now.
How old are you, by the way?
I'm 30.
Oh, only 30.
Yeah. Oh. Thank you.
Wow. That's a good one. That's the first time I ever gave a fist bump on my channel.
Really?
I normally actually do that, then I move away. That's like my thing.
Oh, okay. But you meant your compliment, no?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. No, I wasn't.
I thought you were going to take that back as well.
No, I'm not going to take that back. I was definitely taking the fist bump back.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So what is the ideal age?
The ideal age, I think, I don't know why, but I think we all thought we were going to be married and successful with kids by like 26, 24, but that doesn't happen. I just think it's based on your personal goals. Like if your personal goal is to have a family and to have kids and to be like have that kind of, that life, then that's cool.
Yeah.
That fulfills you. But I have a different idea for my life and that doesn't involve me having kids right now.
No.
Yeah.
But eventually though,
Obviously, yeah.
Can you give us like a timeline, just an exclusive for EB the Kids channel? Maybe 2 years, 3 years, 4 years.
Whenever God allows me to have them.
The clock is ticking, Nadia.
Yeah, but timing.
Obviously the marriage and then obviously into all of that, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Okay.
Inshallah.
Crazy. That's enough of Xavier, the most spoken about man in Cape Town right now. Definitely, I think so. But now I want to ask you about A-Slabs, your baby, your new baby. That's the only baby we're getting right now. Like, we've seen you at the big TikTok events. We've seen you guys with a big TikTok owner. We've seen you guys have a reshare from Logan Paul with the Prime and Checkers launch. Like, for people who don't understand, like, what do you guys do? Can you just, like, give a young introduction and a young explanation?
So we are a new age digital marketing agency, but we have a through-the-line approach. So everything from conceptualization to strategy to execution, everything we do.
Yeah.
That's just the short and sweet of it. We are partnered with TikTok in Dubai, and we get access to back-end data that helps us with clients to be able to tell them what to push in certain areas, what time of the month, what day, what you should be targeting, what you should be posting based on those data.
Oh, so you guys are not really into influencer marketing?
What do you mean?
Like do you guys not have influencers assigned to you guys?
So that is everything that we are busy building out. So when we say there's a bigger picture in mind for what we're doing than just being an agency. There's so much more than that. But obviously everything has to happen in stages so that you don't, the wheels don't fall off.
Yeah.
So everything will happen in due time, but it has to happen in a certain order.
But how did this idea come about? Like, are you like one of the main owners? Are you 50%?
So it's myself. We 3 partners. Myself, Reese, and Shay. I actually wish they were here now, but it's the 3 of us. We each basically head up different divisions. I'm on the creator economy, And I went to high school with them.
Yeah.
So, and my sister basically also reintroduced me to them with this idea of doing the agency.
Wow.
And they are really like in their respective fields. So, you know, we join forces because I'm not going to sit and analyze data
Yeah.
or go through all of that.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
not you.
that.
Yeah.
So we bring our strengths together, and it's been working so far. It's been good. We've been working with a few big clients, and
Such as?
we just did Father's Day campaign for Pick and Pay. I can't mention other ones because obviously there's a lot of, you know,
Yeah.
stuff that's happening, but I can't talk about right now. But very, very, very exciting.
Okay.
Things ahead.
That's gonna be a very important thing for Cape Town, I think.
Yeah, I
Take
think
things to another level.
just it's also about like I think regulating the industry.
Yeah.
So that's also one of the main objectives of what we do.
That's very important. I actually forgot to ask you this one question. When you were starting out social media, how was the money at the time? Was the money good? How was your first big brand deal, and were you excited about it?
The money was really good at the time.
Yeah.
But
What is your first big brand deal?
I think my first campaign job was either Cotton On or Fresh Pack, the tea.
Oh, Cotton On at that time. Wasn't it like
Yeah.
2013, 2012?
I think Cotton On, there's still a video. But you must remember, I was doing content, but I wasn't getting paid for a lot of the stuff that I did. So when I started out, like, I think I only started getting paid like after 2 years of doing it. So I was just like doing content, like I was still living with my parents. Like I didn't have like much financial strain or anything I had to pay for like that. So I could just, you know, make the content, even
chase
like
your
figure
dream,
out
yeah.
what kind
Yeah.
of content I want to make, what I want to do, and still try and contribute to the, you know, to the household. So I started a clothing line called Strata Chic, and I had a bird line blog, but I didn't know how to do it or how to manage it. I didn't know anything about business. Like my parents are business people. I'm not really that business minded. Only now, like recently, with doing the agency with my partners, I'm learning a lot too. You know, I contribute creatively, but there's a lot I still need to learn when it comes to business in that kind of way. But that's why we have partners, and that's why we collaborate with people that we trust.
Okay. All of that, and I didn't get a figure.
Oh, you want a figure?
Yeah,
What-
like at
you want
like
a figure?
2015 when you first got your first
Oh, okay.
brand deal. Like, how was that for you?
I'm trying to remember what I got paid for that. I think I got. I think I had to do like. Okay, I'm not gonna. I can't. I don't know. I can't remember the brand.
Yeah, you don't have to mention the brand. I know these contracts like prevent you.
Yeah, I
from saying
can't remember the brand, but I think I got like paid 5K for 2 videos.
that. And you were cast at the time, probably excited.
I was so excited
Like, yo.
because I remember working a holiday job and getting paid. I think I can't even remember what I got paid. I got paid less than that, and working like every day,
Yeah.
like in the mall. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be something.
Wow, interesting. That's very nice figures compared to now, because now the price has gone crazy up.
Yeah.
Now, before we end off, I always like to ask people this: do you have anything you want to ask me? Wow, it's like she's just loading it up now.
Let me think.
Wow, anything crazy coming now?
When are you getting married?
Me, next year.
Really?
Yeah, next year.
Have you asked permission?
I'm in the process of doing that.
Really?
Yeah. Do you think I'm joking?
Have you got a ring?
And I'm exposing too much. I don't want her to see it already and be like, but I don't think she'll watch this far. Hopefully she doesn't watch this far.
I'm sure
And
she will.
knows that the ring is coming.
So, okay, so you're getting married soon?
Yeah.
And will you get married in Cape Town?
Why not in Cape Town though?
Well, I'm saying, will you get married in Cape Town?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Oh, do you want me to go back? Maybe going to Congo and getting married is actually a good
No,
idea.
I don't know if you have family or if you can have a traditional
Yeah.
wedding. Or,
I think probably it will be a bit of both. But I don't think I'll fly down to Congo, fly my 15,000 siblings back to Congo and then coming back here.
you have how many siblings you have?
I got 6 siblings. I got a new brother
Hectic.
that came recently. His name's Nathan.
Same.
Shout out Nathan.
5 or what?
What's your brother's name?
I have 5. So I have 2 younger brothers, Mason, Zane, and then a sister, Tara, which has a twin, Tanzil, and then my older brother.
Oh, that's interesting. So who's the new brother then?
Zane and Mason.
Are they young?
Yeah.
From your mom?
from my dad.
Oh, from your dad. Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Obviously,
from
split
my
parents.
biological dad.
I also got split parents. Hard. Shout out.
This is fun.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, this has been the Kids Show. This has been Nadia, Jaftha. Thank you for finally gracing us with your presence on the
No
channel.
problem. Are you gonna walk me to my car?
Yeah, protect you from the rain and all of that.
Please,
You know, it's
thank you.
important.
Appreciate
But
it.
away, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.